Dreaming of owning your own home? Think it's impossible to save for a down payment in just 3 years? Think again. In this video, I'll give you a clear, step-by-step plan to make it happen. Whether you're starting from scratch or just need to boost your savings, stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. First, let's figure out how much you actually need for a down payment. The amount varies based on your country, the type of mortgage you qualify for, and the lender's requirements. In the US, the typical down payment ranges from as low as 3% to as high as 20% of the home's price, depending on whether you're using a conventional loan, an FHA loan, or another financing option. For example, let's say you're looking at a home priced at $300,000. If your lender requires a 10% down payment, that means you'll need $30,000 upfront. But that's not the only cost to consider. You'll also need to account for closing costs, which typically range from 2% to 5% of the home price. That could mean an additional $6,000 to $15,000. Then there are moving expenses, home inspections, and possible repairs or furniture purchases to think about. So, instead of just aiming for the down payment alone, a more realistic savings goal might be $35,000 to $40,000 to cover everything comfortably. Of course, if you qualify for a lower down payment option, like 3% on a conventional loan, your initial requirement would be lower, just $9,000 on a $300,000 home. But lower down payments often mean higher monthly mortgage costs and private mortgage insurance, PMI, so it's important to weigh your options carefully. If saving up this amount feels overwhelming, consider strategies like setting up a dedicated savings account, automating monthly contributions, cutting unnecessary expenses, or looking into down payment assistance programs. The key is to start early and have a clear plan in place so you're financially prepared when the time comes to buy your home.
Saving this much money means we need to focus on two things: cutting costs and increasing our income. Let's start with expenses, since reducing what you spend can free up money immediately. One of the biggest expenses for most people is housing. If you're renting, consider downsizing to a smaller place, moving to a more affordable area, or even getting a roommate to split costs. Even a few $100s in monthly savings can add up significantly over time. Next, take a look at your discretionary spending, things like entertainment, dining out, and shopping. Small habits can make a big difference. Cancel any subscriptions you're not using, switch to a more affordable phone plan, and cook meals at home instead of eating out. If you usually spend $200 a month on restaurants, cutting that in half means an extra $1,200 saved over the course of a year. Another way to reduce expenses is to negotiate your bills. Many companies, like internet providers, insurance companies, and even credit card issuers, offer discounts or lower rates if you ask. A quick phone call could save you $20 to $50 a month, which adds up fast. Beyond these steps, try adopting a needs versus wants mindset. Before making a purchase, ask yourself if it's something essential or if that money could be better put toward your savings goal. By being mindful of spending and cutting costs wherever possible, you'll be well on your way to reaching your target amount faster. Now, let's supercharge your savings. Reaching your goal faster isn't just about cutting costs, it's also about making your money work for you. Here are some of the best ways to maximize your savings. Pushpin 1. Use a high-yield savings account. Regular savings accounts offer minimal interest, but a high-yield savings account can help your money grow faster. These accounts typically offer better interest rates, meaning your savings will accumulate more over time without any extra effort. Even a small increase in interest can add up over a few years, especially if you're saving thousands of dollars. Pushpin 2. Automate your savings. One of the easiest ways to stay on track is by setting up automatic transfers. Arrange for a portion of your paycheck to go directly into a separate house fund account before you even see it. This removes the temptation to spend the money and ensures you're consistently building your savings. Push pin 3. Try zero-based budgeting. With zero-based budgeting, every dollar you earn has a job. That means after covering essentials like rent, bills, and groceries, you allocate the rest to savings, debt repayment, or other financial goals. This method helps prevent overspending and keeps you accountable to your home buying target. Light bulb: should you invest? If you're comfortable with some level of risk, you might consider investing a portion of your savings in low-risk options like index funds or bonds. These can offer better returns than a savings account over time. However, since you'll likely need this money within the next few years, it's best to avoid high-risk investments, like stocks or cryptocurrency, which could fluctuate too much. The key is balancing risk and reward while keeping your savings secure. By combining these strategies, you'll not only reach your savings goal faster, but you'll also develop smart financial habits that will help when it's time to buy your home. Sticking to a savings plan for 3 years takes discipline, but staying motivated is the key to success. Here's how to keep going, even when it gets tough. Push pin 1. Track your progress. Seeing your savings grow can be incredibly motivating. Use a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even a simple notebook to track your progress. Set a monthly check-in to review how much you've saved and how close you are to your goal. Seeing those numbers increase over time can keep you inspired and focused. Push pin 2. Find an accountability partner. Saving money is easier when you have someone cheering you on. Find a friend, family member, or partner who can check in with you regularly. They can remind you why you started and encourage you to stay on track, especially when you're tempted to splurge. You can even set joint savings challenges to make it more fun. Push pin 3. Celebrate milestones. Saving for years can feel like a long journey, so break it down into smaller goals. For example, if your total savings goal is $40,000, celebrate every time you hit a $5,000 milestone. The celebration doesn't have to be expensive. Treat yourself to a small reward, like a nice meal at home or a relaxing day off. Recognizing your progress keeps you motivated without derailing your savings plan. Light bulb final thought. It's normal to feel discouraged sometimes, but by tracking your progress, staying accountable, and rewarding yourself along the way, you'll stay motivated and reach your goal faster than you think.